Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Beyond Infinity, Buzz, and the Journey to Lightyear. This is a short documentary. It's about 36 minutes long, about the making of Lightyear, the movie that came out just this past summer and is now on Disney Plus, starring Chris Evans, not Tim Allen. And I know that's a bit of a controversy for some people. It need not be. And this pretty well explains that. It's not that, I mean, this obviously was made before they released the movie, even, so it's not like, oh, hey, it wasn't like expectation control, or a thing that says, hey, let's fix the way people feel about this so we sell more movie tickets. No, that's not a thing. It's just something that's on Disney Plus, and it's literally just talking mainly about the animators and the process, and how the fact that this was made during the pandemic, and how the story evolved through the existence of them working through the pandemic. It acknowledges Tim Allen as the Buzz Lightyear, the toy. From the very opening scene, you see him in the recording studio, probably for one of the first times, recording voice work for Buzz the toy in Toy Story before 1995, in fact, because they only released in 1995. But it shows the evolution of the character, the design of the different costumes and looks. Even the name Buzz Lightyear did not happen from the start. He had many strange names and looks over the years building up to this, and it wasn't even going to be a thing where they were going to even he was even the main character. It's really a Woody story, with Buzz coming in and causing chaos, upsetting Woody's stable world in Andy's plot closet, bedroom, playroom, whatever. So yeah, it's kind of a neat little situation here, where you get to see the evolution of the character, not just to the point where we met him in 1995, but the evolution of the character into this inspiration for the character who was the toy. So they had to take a lot of different things into consideration as to the fact that if he was based on a human being that Andy would have seen in a movie that made him go, oh man, I want a Buzz Lightyear figure, do they make him so exaggerated with the super big chest and the big chin with the curly Q, and completely bald? Because we never see Buzz Lightyear's hair as a toy. Is he bald? Is he always wearing the thing? So they say what the thing is, and I can't remember what it is right now. Snooch? I don't know. The snood. It's called a snood. That's what it is. Yeah. And so yeah, so it's got kind of it's a neat way to understand how these things come about, and just the details of how they build this world from scratch, and how they made the decisions to have the characters not only propel the story forward, but also build upon, let's say, if you've seen the movie, which again, if you haven't, I don't know why you're watching this, or the making of me talking about the making of a movie you didn't see. It's on you. So I'm going to spoil some things here that aren't immediately evident in the trailers or anything else. So beware. First of all, I do recommend seeing the film. So I'd say go see the film, watch the film first, then watch the documentary, and you'll have a full understanding of Buzz Lightyear, both the toy and the movie star. Well, the movie star that Andy saw that made him want to buy the toy that we saw back in 1995 and subsequent films. So, and this Buzz Lightyear, played by Chris Evans, Captain America himself. In this, you get to see that they had to sort of remake Buzz in a way that had all the hallmarks of the character we knew and recognized, but with more realistic proportions. So he wasn't a cartoon character, because ostensibly Andy saw a live action film, not an animated film. So they built the look and design in a way that kind of also reflected Chris a little bit, but in the same sense that he couldn't just be a toy. The Buzz Lightyear is exaggerated version of the character you saw in the movie. What I'm trying to get to is the thing I left off at. The story. Yes, the story comes from the fact that throughout this film, Buzz is trying to find a way to get back home, and he has to take a test flight up to try to use the right kind of fuel that will cause him to go to warp, in a sense, and get them home. But each time he fails, it only takes a few minutes for him to complete the test, but years pass every time he tries to take the test. And he has his friend Alicia, who's also a space ranger, as his friend on the ground, along with everybody else that was on the space trip to another land before they crashed, before things went wrong. They didn't crash necessarily. They got stuck on a planet after they landed. And so she ages. Her life changes over the course of the film in abrupt jumps. And you see that. In fact, there's a montage that also shows him doing different tests more and more intensely each time, trying to find a way to get them home. And each time he comes back, she's changed. She gets married. Has kids. She has a grandchild at one point. So yeah, we get to see Buzz being the dutiful hero. Is he going to do his job, and is he going to make connections with people, allow people to help him, and as much as he's trying to help them. So yeah, that's kind of the crux of the film. But the way they had to, it couldn't have been just a solo thing, and it's kind of thing that also reflects on Buzz the character in the Toy Story films, in a sense. Even though the Toy Story character is limited to what is written on his box, in a sense, and what his voice says when you press the right button, on the toy. So it's kind of neat. And yeah, it's really neat how they played into all the stuff that happened that we know about Buzz in the Toy Story universe, but still created something fully unique and fully real in this more realistic world view of future spaceman. So, and of course we get Zurg and everything else, but a lot of this deals with the people who go through just so much time and so much effort to create such detail. And one of them is named Angus, and I don't know why I can't find his name in the credits. Maybe it's a nickname. I don't know. But he is a stickler for detail, and he knows just about everything about movies, apparently. That's one of the more amusing points of this that kind of blows me away, is it just, I feel like I know him. I know a lot of people like him, let's just say. I am him to a certain degree, but probably not to his degree. He's a guy who, when you see the spaceships in Lightyear, he built them in Lego, gives them to the animators, and basically they animate, create, draw, whatever, digitally build these Lego ships that he created and make them into the ships we see in the movie. And then they make Legos out of them, and sell them in Target. So yeah, it's kind of a really neat little thing. And action figures and more toys. Not the same looking toys as we know in Toy Story, but different scales. So it's to me, these kind of documentaries are always fun, always good to look into it. There's not so much Chris Evans. He is in this. There's a few moments in this. Keke Palmer's in this. Tim Allen, like I said, is in this, but it's old footage of him. So considering all the controversy of him and other people were saying, why don't I get to be in the... You are Buzz Lightyear. Nobody's ever taken that away from you, dude. And you're fantastic, but this is a different Buzz Lightyear with a kind of a different look and feel and sound and everything that the toy was based on. And honestly, you have to see the film to understand, and see this documentary to help you better understand. I hope it does that. Because I think a lot of people, if they got too caught up in that whole Tim Allen controversy, that, I don't know, maybe they made it up just to sell tickets. I have no idea. it's the kind of thing that it takes away from enjoyment of a really good film. So anyway, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
447.
447. 447. 447. 447. Oh, I gotta make sure it's not 477. 447. All right. There we go. 447. We got a movie for the first time in a little while. Well, since Pinocchio. But this is the first movie that's been picked randomly since Pinocchio earlier this week. We've seen the series. You know what? We haven't had a sequel to this movie yet. This is a Walt Disney animated feature film that gives us a new princess for the first time in a little while. 3D animated, and it's got a humongous fan base. It is Tangled. So, yeah. It's a movie I'm going to tell you right now I really like. But I'm going to tell you, I haven't watched it in forever. So I'm looking forward to this. Mandy Moore, Zachary, why can't I say his name? Chuck. But his Zachary. It ticks me off that I can't say his last name. I know too many Zacharys, I guess. I don't know. And I'm tired. So, Tangled is up next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.